Hey, footy coach here. At the start of the season, if I asked you who is the best midfielder in the world, I'm sure many of you would have said that it's one of these elite midfielders, one of these World Cup winners, Euros winners, Champions League winners. But one thing is certain, none of you would have mentioned a certain Dutch midfielder who had a very difficult first season in the Premier League playing for one of the best managers of the last decade. Yep, that's right, I'm talking about Ryan Gravenberch, who right now is, in my opinion, the best midfielder in the world. Fans on social media have been going wild for his performances this season, including last weekend's game against Bournemouth, where he was fantastic once again. So, what's made Ryan Gravenberch so good this season? Well, Arne Slot is definitely one who should get some of the credit, alongside the player himself. Slot has dropped him into the number 6 role, which at times was occupied by McAllister and Endo last season. They both did really well, but Gravenberch has, I think, elevated the team further in this role. It's not one he was familiar with at his previous clubs, so it's remarkable how quickly he's adapted and been a main element on Liverpool's charge to win multiple competitions this season. I mean, stats wise, looking at the data, his performances have been remarkable, but that's all backed up by the eye test too. His primary role is facilitating Liverpool's play from the base of the midfield, and his press resistance and ability to turn away from trouble is mesmerizing. He's been doing this against all teams, even the top teams like Real Madrid, Man City, Arsenal, and once he does that, he normally plays a ball forward through the lines to one of the other midfielders or the attackers, or he's broken through that line of defense and you see him using those long legs to motor forward, skipping past challenges. It's a sight to behold. He seems unstoppable when he starts to roll. A bit Yaya Toure-esque, you could say. He's also upped his distribution quality. You can see how composed he is, sometimes slowing down the play, sometimes hitting beautiful long diagonals to the wings. He's been unfortunate not to have more assists this season, though that's not his job in this team. One of the key roles under Klopp that is still very important under Slot is this number 6 role. It's a lone role, and as Slot stated on the weekend, the number 6 has to help down the right hand side a lot to give Mo Salah the freedom to demolish teams down the other end. Now, Gravenberch has been doing that all season. Defensively, he's always found himself in the right places. His interceptions have been key, and he's been leading that number in the Premier League. At Old Trafford, away, those interceptions led to goals. Now, his work in this area has, of course, freed up McAllister, who's now being allowed to move further forward, though he does sometimes drop it alongside Gravenberch to help Liverpool play out, but he gets himself up the other end, where he can use his brilliant vision more effectively, as we've seen in multiple games. And it's also allowed Szoboszlai and Jones to basically play as number 10s, and they've both been improving in that role themselves as the season has progressed. Because of Gravenberch's, let's say, running power and ability to get around the pitch, it's allowed Slot to make this little change from last season, whereby there's now a midfielder pushing forward into that number 10 position as they press with 4 men at the top of the pitch. I think looking at him last season, you would not have expected him to be involved in so many duels and winning so many of them, as well as showing this great defensive aptitude. We can see it on the pitch. Every stats website has him at the top of the charts for midfielders. He's playing magnificently, and if Liverpool do go on to win many trophies this season, he'll be one of the main reasons why. He's still only 22 years old, and I'm sure Arne Slot is helping him improve even more. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please do like and subscribe. It would definitely help me out, and thank you for watching.